Have you ever looked in the mirror and quietly wondered, am I starting to age? Not in the obvious way, gray hair, wrinkles, or walking with a cane. I mean the quiet kind of aging, like how your legs don't move quite as fast as they used to, or how your favorite dress shirt suddenly fits tighter around the waist, even though the number on the scale hasn't changed much. For men entering their 60s, even their mid-60s, the body starts sending messages, subtle ones, messages we don't always talk about, messages we sometimes choose to ignore. It's just part of getting older, we tell ourselves. But today, I want to talk to you man to man, not to scare you, but to remind you that if you catch certain signs early, you can stay ahead of aging. You can stay strong, confident, and proud of the man you are, even well into your 70s or 80s. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 of the most common, yet most overlooked physical signs of aging in men. One of them, you might smell before you see. 2 will make you feel like your body's getting bigger, but not in a way you prefer. And one might make you question if your mirror is shrinking, because many men start getting shorter, inch by inch. Sounds surprising? Stay with me till the end, because I'll explain exactly what's going on, and more importantly, what you can do about it. From what you eat, how you move, and how to stay in control of your body and your masculinity as you age. And if you're the kind of man who wants to understand your body better, to live with purpose, stay sharp, and age with dignity, then hit the like button, share this with a fellow brother, and leave a comment below saying, I'm still holding strong. So we here at Golden Wise Elders know you're walking this journey right alongside us with strength and self-respect. Now you know, some signs of aging don't show up in lab results. They don't scream at you in the mirror. They whisper in small details, like how your freshly washed shirt seems to carry a strange new scent, or how people lean back slightly when you come close. You didn't imagine it. That's not just in your head. It's one of the most unique, specific ways a man's body starts to change over time. And that brings us to our very first sign you should never ignore. Body odor changes. Not the strong smell of sweat after a workout, not the result of poor hygiene, but a subtle, lingering scent that appears somewhere between age 60 and 70. A scent others may notice before you do. Richard, 74, still remembers the moment that made him pause. One afternoon, his young granddaughter gave him a warm hug and whispered with the honesty only a child could deliver, "Grandpa, you smell like old books and wood." At first he laughed, thought it was his aftershave, or maybe his laundry detergent. But over time he noticed something strange. Even after daily showers, even after changing soaps, switching colognes, and rewashing his clothes, that faint, earthy scent still lingered in his shirts. It was subtle, but unmistakable. The answer? A compound called 2-nonenal. This natural substance is produced when unsaturated fatty acids in your skin oxidize, a process that becomes more common with age. According to a study published in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology, 2-nonenal begins to appear around age 40, but becomes significantly more noticeable in men after age 60. And here's the catch. 2-nonenal doesn't wash off easily. It binds to fabrics, it clings to your skin, and regular soap won't do the job. Dr. Yoshinori Nakagawa, a leading aging researcher in Japan, where this compound was first identified, explained it best. The scent of aging has nothing to do with hygiene. It's a natural biological process, but once we understand what causes it, we can absolutely manage it. So what can you do? Here are 3 simple solutions. Use soaps made specifically for older adults. Look for products that neutralize oxidized oils and contain antibacterial and deodorizing properties. Eat more antioxidant-rich foods. Think green tea, citrus fruits, and dark leafy greens. These help reduce oxidative stress from the inside out. Wash your clothes with baking soda or apple cider vinegar. Or try odor-neutralizing sprays designed for aging skin and fabric. Let me be clear. There's nothing shameful about this change. It's not a flaw. It's just a sign that you've lived, that your body has weathered decades of experience. But when you understand what's happening, you gain the power to stay sharp, dignified, and in control. A refined man knows how to adapt, quietly, confidently. Have you ever noticed a strange scent in your clothes, even after a fresh wash? Have you tried every soap on the shelf and still felt like something's off? If so, share your story in the comments below. And if you've managed to tackle this challenge, leave a comment saying, I've taken control of my body's scent. Because your experience might just give another man the clarity and confidence he needs to take control too. Once you start noticing that your body no longer carries the same scent it used to, there's often another quiet but undeniable change that follows, one that greets you every time you try on a pair of old pants. Your belly. You're not eating more, you're not exercising less, but somehow your midsection keeps growing, your pants feel tighter, that favorite shirt, it doesn't tuck in the same way anymore, and when you look in the mirror, your belly looks bigger, while your arms and legs seem to be shrinking. This isn't just beer belly, and it's not just a matter of getting older and digesting slower. According to Dr. David Hogan, a geriatrician at the University of Calgary, this shift is closely linked to a drop in testosterone and the natural loss of muscle mass, the very things that used to keep men's bodies strong and lean in their younger years. I think of Frank, 76, a man who used to have a firm handshake and an even firmer core. He stayed active, ate well, lived a balanced life. But a few years after retiring, things started changing. His arms and legs looked smaller, and his belly bigger. He joked with me once, "I feel like an upside-down pear, heavy in the middle, light on the top and bottom." And it's not just about looks. According to research from Harvard Medical School, visceral fat, the kind stored deep in your abdomen, poses serious health risks. It wraps around your vital organs like your heart, liver, and pancreas. It's linked to high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, strokes, and even memory loss. Have you felt more out of breath on walks lately? Do you struggle just a bit more getting out of chairs? Those are signs, not just that your belly is growing, but that your health is slowing. But here's the good news. You can absolutely reduce belly fat, even after 60. Here's how. Start light resistance training squats. Light dumbbells or brisk 30-minute walks can help rebuild muscle and burn fat faster than cardio alone. Increase your intake of high-quality protein. Think eggs, lean meats, legumes, or even protein shakes. These help your body repair and maintain muscle. Cut back on refined carbs and added sugar. These spike insulin and accelerate fat storage, especially around the belly. This isn't about chasing a six-pack. It's about reclaiming your strength, your energy, and your independence. So how about you? Have you noticed your favorite pants getting tighter? Do you sometimes feel winded just from bending down to tie your shoes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're here to learn from each other. And if this resonated with you, please hit the like button to let me know you're still with us here on Golden Wise Elders. Because every shared experience brings us closer, and every small step can lead to lasting change. Once you've come to terms with the fact that your belly isn't quite as flat as it used to be, you might wake up one day and be surprised by something else, quietly getting bigger. Not your waistline, but your ears and nose. Sounds odd, right? But believe it or not, this is a completely natural part of aging, especially for men. Unlike bones or muscles, cartilage, which makes up most of your ears and the tip of your nose, never stops growing. And over the years, gravity does its job, pulling everything downward. That's why many older men seem to have longer ears and more prominent noses. And sometimes they don't even realize it's happening. Let me tell you about George. He's 78 now, a retired school teacher with a good sense of humor. One afternoon, he was flipping through an old wedding album with his granddaughter when he suddenly burst out laughing. "Look at those ears. They used to be so neat. Now I look like Yoda." His granddaughter giggled and said, "Grandpa, I think your nose got longer too." At first it was a joke, but George started to notice it himself. His earlobes had stretched. His nose looked more defined. The features on his face seemed slightly exaggerated. According to a study published in the British Medical Journal, men's ears grow on average 0.222 millimeter per year. Over the decades, it adds up, especially after the age of 70. Photos taken 10 or 20 years apart can make these changes especially noticeable. Now, let me be clear. This isn't a health issue. It won't harm you, but it can affect how you feel when you look in the mirror or when you're taking photos with the family. So, can anything slow it down? While you can't stop cartilage from growing, you can help your skin stay firmer and more elastic. Moisturize the ears and nose regularly to maintain skin hydration. Eat collagen-rich foods like bone broth, salmon, and eggs to support skin structure. Protect your skin from harsh sunlight to prevent breakdown of collagen and elastin. And if your earlobes are starting to look thinner or more wrinkled, try a gentle vitamin C or E serum to nourish the skin and reduce early signs of aging. Have you ever looked at an old photo of yourself and suddenly noticed your ears or nose seem bigger now? If so, share that moment with us in the comments below. Let us know what surprised you most when you saw that change. And if this made you smile because you realize you're not alone, tap the like button. It tells me you're still here, still learning, still growing with us on this journey of aging gracefully. Because aging isn't about fading, it's about transforming. and every change tells a story worth sharing. Once you've made peace with the fact that your belly isn't what it used to be, another change might catch you off guard one day. Something growing slowly and silently. And no, it's not your waistline. It's your ears and nose. Sounds strange? It's actually a very common and completely natural sign of aging in men. Unlike bones or muscles, the cartilage in your ears and nose never stops growing. And over time, gravity does its part too, pulling everything just a little lower. That's why many older men find their ears appear longer, their nose is more pronounced, and sometimes they only realize it when they see an old photo. Let me tell you about George, a 78-year-old retired teacher. One afternoon, while flipping through an old wedding album, he burst out laughing. "Back then, my ears were neat and tight. Now I look like Yoda." His granddaughter chimed in with a giggle. "Grandpa, I think your nose got longer too." He laughed it off at first, but then he started noticing it himself. Not just the bigger ears, but stretched earlobes, a slightly droopier nose, and more lines around them than he remembered. According to a study in the British Medical Journal, human ears grow on average 0.22 millimeters per year. It may not sound like much, but by the time you're in your 70s or 80s, the change becomes noticeable, especially in photos across the decades. Now, this doesn't pose a health risk, but for many men, it affects confidence, especially when looking in the mirror or posing for family photos. So is there anything you can do? While you can't stop cartilage from growing, you can take steps to keep the surrounding skin healthy and firm. Moisturize regularly around the ears and nose. Include collagen-rich foods like bone broth, salmon, and eggs in your diet. Limit sun exposure to prevent the skin from breaking down prematurely. And if your earlobes are looking dry, thin, or saggy, consider using a gentle vitamin C or E serum to hydrate and refresh the skin. Have you ever looked at an old photo and suddenly realized your ears or nose seem bigger than you remembered? If so, share that moment with us in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. And if you're smiling right now, knowing you're not alone in this journey, hit the like button. Let's keep growing, gracefully, confidently, and with a little humor along the way. If noticing your ears getting bigger surprised you, there's another change, much quieter, much easier to overlook, that could have a serious impact on your health as you age. Your calves might be shrinking. It's not as obvious as a new wrinkle, and it doesn't make headlines like back pain. But for older men, losing muscle in your lower legs is one of the most overlooked warning signs of declining physical strength and mobility. I have a friend who's a geriatric doctor, and he told me that almost every week, an older gentleman walks into his clinic and says something like, "Doc, I get winded just going up the stairs lately. It's hard to get up from a chair, my legs feel weak." And more often than not, the same issue shows up during the exam. Their calf muscles have noticeably shrunk. The calves aren't just for looks, they're essential for balance, standing stability, walking speed, and protecting you from falls. When your lower legs start looking slimmer, less defined, even a little soft, it's not just a cosmetic issue. It's your body sending a red flag. Why do calf muscles shrink with age? There are 3 key reasons. Sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. Starting around age 60, we naturally lose 1 to 2% of muscle every year, especially in the lower body. Without resistance training or adequate protein intake, this happens even faster. Drop in male hormones like testosterone and growth hormone. These hormones help build and maintain muscle. When they decline, your body can't rebuild muscle tissue as efficiently, especially in less used areas like the calves. Poor blood circulation from peripheral artery disease, PAD. If you have a history of smoking, high blood pressure, or diabetes, your blood flow may already be reduced, cutting off the oxygen and nutrients muscles need to stay strong. The risks of ignoring muscle loss. Letting your calves shrink unchecked can lead to loss of balance and increased fall risk, slower walking, difficulty climbing stairs or standing up, greater risk of long-term disability, a direct link to reduced independence and shorter life expectancy. Let me tell you about Robert, a 75-year-old retired construction supervisor. For most of his life, Robert was strong, his legs like tree trunks from decades of hard work. But after retiring, his activity level dropped. He spent more time sitting. Slowly, his calves lost definition. One morning, Robert slipped in the bathroom. He didn't hit his head, but he fractured his hip. His doctor said the fall could have been prevented if his legs had been stronger. During recovery, Robert committed to simple changes. He started doing heel raises, walking more regularly, and making sure each meal included a good source of protein. 6 months later, he was back at his doctor's office, standing tall, walking steadier. "Doc," he said, "I feel 10 years younger, and my legs, they're back." What you can do to fight calf muscle loss. 1. Exercise regularly. Do calf raises. Just stand on your toes and slowly lower down. Walk uphill or climb stairs slowly and with control. If you're able, use resistance bands or light ankle weights. 2. Eat more protein. Aim for 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. Include lean meats, eggs, fish, beans, tofu, and dairy. Add vitamin D and calcium to help with muscle and bone health. 3. Get checked for circulation issues. If you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or a smoking history, ask your doctor about a peripheral artery disease screening. Have you noticed your legs getting slimmer? Is standing up or climbing stairs harder than it used to be? Let us know in the comments with "I'm strengthening my stride." And if this part of the video helped you or someone you love, please give it a like and share it with a friend, because strong legs aren't just about movement. They're about freedom, independence, dignity, and aging, and every man deserves to walk through life steadily and with strength. After you've noticed your legs aren't as firm or strong as they once were, there's one more change that might surprise you or even leave you feeling confused when you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror or step on the scale. Am I getting shorter? It may sound strange, but the truth is that most men begin to lose height after the age of 60, often without realizing it. And this isn't just about posture. It's a major health indicator that's tied directly to the condition of your bones. Why do we shrink as we age? There are 3 key reasons behind this hidden height loss. Degeneration of spinal discs. Your spine is made up of vertebrae cushioned by jelly-like discs. Think of them as little shock absorbers. Over time, these discs lose hydration and flatten, causing your spine to shorten. Osteoporosis, the silent thief of height. After age 65, many men begin to lose bone density, especially in the spine. The vertebrae slowly compress under their own weight, leading to a curved back or a shrunken appearance, often without pain. Loss of testosterone. This hormone doesn't just maintain muscle, it helps keep bones strong. As testosterone drops, bones become more porous, fragile, and prone to microcompression in the spine. The hidden risks of height loss. Losing height is not just cosmetic. It can point to more serious health risks. Vertebral fractures can occur without falls, just from weakened bones. Poor posture and spinal curvature can restrict lung capacity and breathing. Loss of confidence or mild depression from feeling physically less than before chronic back pain and increased risk of disability. Let me tell you the story of Mr. David, a 9-year-old former military man. Tall, strong, and proud his whole life. But recently, when he stood next to his 10-year-old grandson, he noticed the boy's head was nearly up to his shoulders. He measured himself and discovered he'd lost nearly 1.5 inches, 4 centimeters, in the past decade. His doctor ran some tests and diagnosed early-stage osteoporosis and disc compression. So Mr. David made a change. He began doing light yoga, added calcium and vitamin D to his daily routine, and worked on improving his posture. 6 months later, he wasn't taller, but he stood straighter. His back pain was gone and his energy was better. He told me, "I may not get taller again, but I'm not letting myself shrink any further." So, what can you do to protect your height? 1. Gentle exercise that supports the spine. Practice yoga, swimming, or Pilates to stretch and strengthen your spine. Focus on core and back muscles. They act as support beams for your posture. Avoid lifting heavy objects with poor form. 2. Nutritional support for bone health. Get 1,200 of calcium and 800 IU of vitamin D daily. Eat leafy greens, salmon, nuts, and fortified dairy or plant milk. Cut back on caffeine and smoking. They weaken bone density over time. 3. Get screened for osteoporosis. Ask your doctor about a DEXA scan to measure bone density. If diagnosed, follow your doctor's treatment plan to prevent further loss. According to the National Institute on Aging, men over 60 lose an average of 0.6 to 2 inches, 1.5 to 5 centimeters, and height loss of over 1 inch often signals underlying bone issues that need attention. Have you measured your height in the past 5 years? Have you noticed your back starting to curve or your shoulders stooping? Share your experience in the comments with "I'm standing taller, one step at a time." And please, share this video with your father, brother, husband, or friend, any man who deserves to stay strong and confident in his golden years. Because keeping your height isn't just about looking tall. It's about staying upright, mobile, and independent every single day of your life. You see, some changes arrive quietly, like a subtle scent lingering on your shirt. Others are more visible, like a growing belly or calves that no longer feel as strong as they once did. And then there are the moments that truly take you by surprise, when you realize you've actually lost height over the years. But instead of worrying, instead of hiding or avoiding it, I want to encourage you to face it like the seasoned man you are, with calm, wisdom, and a deep understanding that comes with age. Because each physical change isn't a weakness, it's a gentle reminder from time itself that it's time to care more, listen closer, and live smarter. Not weaker, but wiser. Aging doesn't take away your strength as a man. If anything, it tempers it, makes it deeper, stronger, more resilient, like steel forged through fire. So if you've noticed your body changing, don't ignore it. It's not a signal to give up. It's a call to step up, to move with intention, to take care of the man you've become. Now let me ask you something. Of the 5 signs we explored together today, have you experienced any of them? What have you done to adapt or care for your health more intentionally? I'd love for you to share your story or thoughts in the comments below, because you, with all your life experience and honesty, just might inspire another man who's walking a similar path. If this video offered something useful, if it spoke to something real inside you, please hit the like button to let me know you're still with me. Share this video with a father, a brother, a husband, any man who deserves to know how to care for himself the right way. And don't forget to subscribe to Golden Wise Elders, where every week we bring you grounded advice, real life stories, and deep, meaningful lessons to help you live with strength, clarity, and confidence through every powerful chapter of your later years. Because aging isn't the end, it's the beginning of a deeper, bolder, more authentic version of the man you've always been.